What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Endure, Believe, Rise. I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So today, I wanted to talk about fear, the unknown, anger. I wanted to talk about being scared. So let's get into it because we have an awesome quote today. Quote of the day: being scared is a normal reaction to anything that is outside of our control. Fear, however, is to let that emotion infect you to the point you become paralyzed and refuse to take action. This must never become something you are okay or comfortable with. The Catalyst. Song of the Day, Shouting Ground by Crowder. So there is going to be a lot of uncertainty in your life. Unknown, unpredictability. There are going to be things that are outside of your control. It is what anxiety is made of. Not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, not knowing what's going to happen within the next hour, not knowing what's going to happen in the next minute. Living in stressful situations like that, which we all are part of today, will in some way affect you. And the most common effect of that is anxiety. It's being scared. It's being anxious. It's not having this inclination that something is going to fall flat on your head at any moment, or even worse, that the bottom beneath you is going to fall out and you're going to sink at any given time. I want you to know that you're not alone in those feelings, in those emotions, that this is normal to be scared when you are facing something that is outside of your control. When you are facing something that the result is going to be unknown. This is normal. We all feel this, no matter how briefly or how intensely, for how long the duration is. This is normal. What is not normal, however, what cannot become normal, which we cannot accept, is to let that feeling of being scared transform into fear. See, being scared and fear are two different things. And fear can grip you even if it's briefly. At that point, you are infected by the emotion. The emotion has now taken a hold of your actions, and you become paralyzed, and you refuse, or you are incapable of moving forward. These are two different things. And I want you to know, if you do not deal with that feeling of being scared, if you are not equipped for dealing with that feeling of being scared, if you do not do the resources, if you do not practice, if you do not prepare for when you are going to feel scared, eventually, if left untreated, if left to fester, the feeling of being scared will transform into being infected by fear. And the symptoms of being infected by fear is being paralyzed to take action, to get out of the situations, or to prepare for the situations that are coming. We live in very uncertain times. Especially if you're watching this video and you're living in America, you know we live in very uncertain times. Things are happening around us at the speed of light. They always have. This is nothing new to us. But these things are broadcast and televised more readily now. Cameras are everywhere. They're on every cell phone that you can find. Everyone has a security system, light posts. Our cars even have video recording equipment. So these heinous acts that we see, they're no different. They're not new. This isn't something that is being being introduced to us. This is just something that's being revealed. These things have been happening. We just now have the power and the equipment to prove their existence. So with that comes anxiety, comes fear, comes the uncertainty. We must now do the research on ourselves. We must now prepare ourselves to go forward into the future. And how do we do that? How do you prepare yourself for that feeling of being scared? How do you defend yourself against it? How do you inoculate yourself against this virus to keep it from infecting you? Well, the answer is not very simple, but it's also not very complicated. The first thing you need to know is that you're not alone. The enemy would have you believe that you're the only person that gets scared when they watch the news, when they hear about a heinous event, when they hear about a tragedy. The enemy would have you believe that you're the only one who's scared on how they're going to feed themselves or your loved ones, your children, what tomorrow holds for you and those that you are responsible for. But you are not. There are millions of people around the world, millions and billions of people in this on the same reality of you that feel the exact same way as you. That's the first step, to know that you're not alone, that God in the universe has not singled you out to be a loser. The next thing is to know that it is possible. It is possible for you to feel the feeling of being scared and not let it become infected to the point of it becoming fear. You can be scared and not feel fear. This is possible. So how do we do it? We must remind ourselves of our past. That is the first thing we also must do when it comes to moving forward. Knowing that we've been through things before and we have overcome them. Whether we still have scars from those things, hard lessons that we had to learn, whether we lost things in those fires, we did overcome them. The next thing is we prepare for what we can. If there is something that you can prepare for, if there's something that you can strengthen, if there's something that you can be better at, you should be doing that right now. In all of your free time, you should be getting better on those avenues that you can. The last thing is we will not worry, we will not concern ourselves with things that are outside of our control. Focusing on things that are outside of our control limits us to the ability to focus on the things that are inside of our control. The more energy, time, the more bandwidth, the more you focus your attention on the things that are outside your control, you are being distracted from the things that are in your control. These are your steps. This is the process of making sure that being scared does not transform into fear. And fear must never be something that you are comfortable or okay with. When you face a problem that is outside of your control, when you face a situation where you don't know what the outcome is going to be, take a moment to take it in. Examine how you feel and process it. But do not stay in that moment. You must. Your loved ones, the world, your neighbor, society, you must. We are counting on you to move forward. All right, guys. I need you to take care of yourselves. Please be kind with each other. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.